Hospital, as well as other health organizations like Marie Stopes and other health practitioners to organize periodic health screening in such areas like cervical cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, HIV test, etc. Significantly, I will ensure the organization webinar to ensure members of Grasag are healthy. This, I believe, will go a long way to ensure students are healthy. Distinguished Chair, I wholeheartedly believe that in this age of information communication technology, we cannot be left on the fence as graduate students. In an era where education is digitalized, I share in the global vision of ensuring that students possess and have access to all technological advancements needed for their education. To end this, I will form strong partnership with the University ICT department to ensure that students are constantly trained in software programming as well as other ICT fields they may require for their smooth research and learning. The Noble Chair, my presentation will be fragmental if I fail to add that my tenure will see to rigorous entrepreneurial developmental programs with a high cost of living and funding education in Ghana. I humbly ensure that graduate students are equipped with the necessary entrepreneurial skills for their development, as well as realizing their dreams beyond the four corners of the university. Close tied to entrepreneurship is the issue of continuity. I will affably consult and liaise with incumbent executives to help continue projects and services that have started to benefit us all. The Chairing Chair, all protocols duly observed, being moved by our collective development, being moved by our collective empowerment and growth, I, Letitia Bakan, humbly avail myself for the position of the Women's Commissioner. I have certainly shared my vision with you and hope that it touches your heart. Vote for Letitia Abaka, and together we shall open the next testament of our collective tomorrow. Thank you for your undivided attention.
Abakani, Jumanie, please, if you have a question for her, raise your hand. You walk to us and you ask your question. Right. The chair, you have a question? Please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Face the camera front.
The light here is the light is pursuing my eyes. Mr. Chair, thank you for the opportunity, and I want to ask this question to Letitia Jumanie. Yes, so oftentimes the Women's Commission of Grasag has neglected one thing in Grasag, which I want to ask, that when you come to office, what you do about it. It is about relationship issues. Oftentimes you assume that graduate students are matured and they should know all these things. But all your programs that take place, they do not include a forum for graduate students to share ideas about relationship issues and how to approach a lady or a guy in these circumstances, and more concern because some leave school and wish they would have come back, and which is too late. As the commission or the commissioner, what will you do to ensure that we are interacting with each other?
As an incoming women's commissioner, I believe building good relationship will go a long way in helping both our men and women a lot. So I believe in my tenure, I would ensure that we organize such programs to help both the women and women to build great relationship and networking as well. Thank you.
Great. Is there any other question? If there's nothing like that, Bekandie, Germany, you can take your seat. Let's clap for her. Right, we are switching to the position of Grasag president. And first to present is Team Japan, made up of Kwabena Japan and Miriam Ayensia Frempon. Let's clap for them. They would use 10 minutes for the presentation. Remember, you can keep your comments coming. At the comment section, I would be reading them.
Good evening, everyone. It's unfortunate that we are in this heat for the love of Grasag. The chair, panel members, fellow aspirants, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. We Team Japan stand before the esteemed members of Grasag, UCC, driven by a shared vision to transform the academic, research, welfare, communication, entrepreneurship, sports, and the health landscape of all postgraduate students. Our manifesto is founded on the principles of inclusivity, innovation, and empowerment. Through collaborative efforts, we aim to create an environment that fosters academic growth, personal development, and holistic well-being. Our manifesto touches on 5 thematic areas: academic and research, welfare, governance and finance, entrepreneurship and job opportunities, publicity and communication, sports, recreation and health. Academic and research. To cultivate a culture of academic excellence, we will collaborate with the Institutional Review Board, IRB, to organize seminars that shed light on ethical clearance requirements for postgraduate research. These seminars will equip students with necessary knowledge and understanding to navigate the research, ethical landscape, and confidentiality. Furthermore, we will establish a dedicated liaison between Grasag and the IRB to ensure continuous monitoring of students' research progress. Recognizing the sufficiency of robust data analysis, we will organize seminars on the use of data tools. These sessions will equip students with valuable skills to analyze and interpret data effectively, enable them to produce research of exceptional quality. Similarly, we will conduct seminars on article writing for publication, guiding students in crafting impactful research papers that contribute to their scholarly profile. We strongly advocate for a well-structured academic calendar in the first year, emphasizing the importance of adherence to lecture schedules, assessment, and exam. Recorded versions of these seminars will be made available on our YouTube platforms, ensuring students can access valuable resources at their convenience. Recognizing the need for equal representation, we will extend the research sentinels to departments currently without representation. Every department deserves a voice, and we are committed to bringing any gaps to foster cohesive research community. Additionally, we will collaborate with the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy, DRIC, to organize grantmanship training and empower students with the necessary skills to secure research funding successfully. Welfare, governance, and finance. We acknowledge the importance of conducive learning environments. To address the shortage of lecture rooms, we will continue to lobby for additional spaces at the NLT and SWLT to explore the use of, and also explore the use of seminar rooms in the SGS building to supplement existing infrastructure. Moreover, we will advocate for rooms at alumni and SNIT hostels, in addition to Tvucc Trust, to cater to the accommodation needs of our members. The welfare of our students is of utmost importance to us. We will review the welfare policy of the association, ensuring comprehensive and inclusive welfare packages for all graduate students, setting up a welfare fund to support it. In addition, we will ensure the SGS library and research, such as examination periods, providing students with conducive study environment. To enhance member engagement, we will decentralize the sharing of souvenirs, ensuring fair distribution across key locations. By collaborating with the International Students Association, ISA, we will facilitate the fees policy, alleviating the financial burden on postgraduate students and allowing them to focus on their academic pursuits. Furthermore, we will pursue aggressive sponsorship drive for events, boosting the financial support available to the association. As advocates for good governance, we will facilitate the review, the approval, and the promulgation of the Grasag Ucc Constitution, ensuring that it reflects the current needs and aspiration of the association. Entrepreneurship and job opportunities. To nurture entrepreneurial aspirations, we will collaborate with the Center for Entrepreneurship and Small Enterprise Development, CESED, for which I'm a student of, to organize entrepreneurial clinics for postgraduate students. These clinics will provide valuable insights and skills necessary for students to establish and grow their businesses. We will partner with the Design Thinking Hub, D-Hub, fostering an environment that stimulates innovative thinking and supports the establishment and growth of students' businesses. Recognizing the significance of internship and job opportunities, we will engage with with HR firms and the industrial liaison office of the university to provide postgraduate students with practical industrial experiences and job placements. Additionally, we will support the full implementation of work-study opportunities under the Students' Financial Support Policy, providing financial assistance to those in need. Publicity and communication. Effective communication is vital in an active and engaged student environment. We will establish enhanced communication channels to keep students informed about programs and events. Leveraging the student portal, we will relay vital information, ensuring that every graduate student has access to the necessary updates. To maximize communication reach, we will adopt a class-to-class approach by utilizing the Senate as a platform of disseminating information.
You have 2 minutes remaining.
Senate representatives, being equal representatives of all programs, will play a crucial role in ensuring effective communication. Sports, recreation, and health. We believe in promoting physical and mental well-being among our members. To cater to the healthcare needs of postgraduate students, we will collaborate with the Tvucc Trust management to establish an infirmary at Tvucc Trust Hall, ensuring easy access to healthcare services. We will establish sport teams across various disciplines, representing Grasag in inter-hall and freshers games. By acquiring new kits and training equipment, we will provide students with the necessary resources to excel in their chosen sports to promote healthy lifestyle. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, Team Japan's manifesto for the Grasag UCC presidency embodies our commitment and empowering excellence and holistic development among postgraduate students. Through collaboration, innovative initiatives, and advocacy, we aim to create an environment that nurtures academic growth, fosters personal well-being, and promotes entrepreneurial and professional development. By electing Team Japan, you will be choosing a team that is dedicated to amplifying the voice of graduate students and providing them with the support they need to thrive during their academic journey. Together, let us embark on a transformative path towards a brighter future for Grasag UCC. Vote number 1 for academic excellence. Vote number 1 for enhanced professional growth. Vote number 1 for addressing the concerns of all postgraduate students. Vote number 1 for vibrant and inclusive community that nurtures intellectual curiosity. Vote number 1 for advocacy and rights and welfare of members. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You just heard from Team Japan, made up of Cabinet Japan and Miriam Ayensua Frimpong. We taking questions. Chairman, how many are we taking? 5. Maximum 5. Please, if you have a question, you can come forward and you ask a question. Yes.
Yeah, Japan, Team Japan, congratulations for coming. My question has to do with policies that you intend to implement. My question is very simple. In the next 10 years, when you are not here, what investment would you be remembered for? I think this is a policy question that I'll ask.
Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Rafi Sadat. And my question to Team Japan is that I would want to find out from Team Japan their view on Grasag local paying dues to Grasag National and whether or not, in their view, we are supposed to pay.
Right. I think these are the questions that we have. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll start from the latter. Grasag local paying dues to Grasag National. We have to understand that we are part of a big organization, a bigger association. The running of every organization or association has to do with the dues we pay. Grasag National cannot organize programs if they do not have funds. Early this semester, I enjoyed the Grasag Impact Conference. It was funded. And I believe that if we pay dues, they will do more exploits, pay the sufficient dues we have to Grasag National. Thank you very much. The first question that has to do with having a financial policy that would, in 10 years' time, such that people can say that Team Japan has done something. In our policy, we have something called the Grasag Nkoso IGF. Now, this Grasag Nkoso strategic plan since 2016. Team Japan went back and went to look at the things that needed implementation that were not. This has been an aspiration of Grasag since 2016, and Team Japan is looking at institutionalizing it. The second thing has to do with the use of our YouTube platform. We can monetize it like what TV UCC has done. It was established in a time of the hope. We can monetize it. Since Team Japan is looking at putting all our workshops and fora online so that Grasag students, with inconvenience, can always go back. When we increase the viewership, when it's monetized, Grasag has to do with the all-inclusive community of all postgraduate students. Our main agenda has to do with the agenda finished in 2 or 3 years. We want to set up a policy such that those who come after us can easily follow through. The liaison between Team Japan and IRB. We don't have to be in power before we work. We can work with the logistics and the influence that we have. That is the first hallmark we want to leave behind. The second thing has to do with running the School of Graduate Studies Library and Research Commons 24 hours in certain periods of the week, which will serve as a supplement to that of the Samjuna Library. If institutionalized, it would go a very long way. In the next 10 years, I'll come back and this policy will still be there. We have a lot of policies that, when institutionalized now, through the efforts of all executive members, which will be elected come 27th of July, would go a long way to affect the longevity of the association. The last thing that I'm very passionate about, that I want to talk about, is the promulgation of the Grasag Constitution. It's unfortunate that as an association, we are a toothless bulldog when it comes to our Senate. Excuse me to say. The Constitution equips Grasag, Senate, and the General Assembly with the requisite power to call and recall and to make sure to enforce and emphasize the benefits of every postgraduate student, which is a policy within our policy document. Thank you very much.
Right. On that note, Team Japan, you can take your seat, please. Thank you. Let's clap for them. We now call on Team Sadiq to present their manifesto. This team is made up of Abubakar Sadiq Idrisu and Priscilla Bema. Let's show them some love, people. Let's clap for them. You have 10 minutes, please.
Good evening. The chair, respectfully, we have a copy for you. This manifesto we term as Manifesto of Relevance. Manifesto to be delivered by Team Sadiq for the position of Grasag presidency. We stand before you today, humbled and potential within our community, the brilliant minds, the passion for research, and the unwavering dedication to learning and making an impact. Today, we present to you our manifesto and a collective vision, a vision to elevate our experiences as graduate students, empower each member of our community, and create more inclusive, supportive, and enriching environment for all. At the heart of our manifesto lies the commitment to empowerment and inclusivity. We firmly believe that every student's voice matters, regardless of their background and perspective. We want to assure you that everyone's voice must be heard and valued. That we embrace our diversity as a strength, and we work together to overcome challenges and seize opportunities. At the heart of Sadiq Priscilla stewardship lies the commitment to academics and research, health and sports, welfare, special initiatives, and the Grasag Outreach Project as our policies to implement.
On health and sports. On health, aside from the long outstanding issue of premium healthcare being largely inaccessible to many students, we identified a knowledge and awareness gap among graduate students on basic health matters. We all know the demands of graduate studies, along with the pressures of meeting deadlines and academic commitments. And that can leave little time and mental energy for learning about health matters. Nonetheless, addressing the knowledge and awareness gap among graduate students on basic health matters require a multifaceted approach. We will not stand here and say we will do this and that. No, as we believe in collaboration for efficiency. We plan to hold a one-day Grasag Health Clinic every semester. This involves health walks, health education, and health screening. Thus, eye screening, blood group tests, etc. Also, we will continue with the registration and renewal exercise of NHIS cards for graduate students. We will collaborate with SRC to improve accessibility to the university hospital, as well as advocate for the extension of working hours of the students' clinic. Since physical activity happens to play a major role in our health, we will collaborate with the Department of Health, Physical Education, and Recreation, that is HYPA, to organize health and sporting related activities for our members.
On academics and research, academic support and excellence are crucial pillars in our graduate journey. We are dedicated to advocating for increased research grants, funding opportunities, and access to vital academic resources that would enhance the quality of our research and contribute to the reputation of our institution. The Graduate Students Association of Ghana, Grasag, plays a vital role in fostering academic excellence and promoting scholarly activities among graduate students across Ghana. One significant initiative to further enhance the research culture and academic growth within Grasag is the establishment of a dedicated journal. A Grasag journal will provide a platform for graduate students to disseminate their research findings, share knowledge, and contribute to the advancement of their respective disciplines. It will offer an avenue for them to showcase their research excellence and contribute to scholarly discourse within Ghana and beyond. It will allow students to refine their work, 1, receive expert feedback, 2, and gain valuable experience in academic publishing, thereby facilitating their professional development. Through this endeavor, Grasag UCC can strengthen its position as a leading association within the institution dedicated to nurturing Ghana's graduate scholarly pursuit and international contribution. Again, we, as advocates of academic excellence and collaborative research, we recognize the importance of organizing faculty-based research seminars and webinars for research graduates, including installation of research softwares, i.e. data analysis. Again, we want to educate and support graduate students to apply for the Samuel Emilebu Butler Scholarship. Now on warfare. Warfare, especially in the context of academic life, is as psychological as it is financial or resource-based. Among other things, we found a struggle in finding accommodation to be the most topical, closely followed by the absence of initiative that caters to the pertinent needs of graduate students with special needs. As an administration, we will commission a student accommodation assistance service, termed as SAS. SAS will comprise a team of students who will work rapidly with stakeholders like hostel owners and caretakers to provide timely information on available facilities across the catchment area with details centralized on the accommodation portal of the Grasag website, which we will make it effective. We believe that carrying this duty will not only inform students, but encourage them to decide early on accommodation options and help reduce the problems of shortages of accommodation outlets. Again, we intend to negotiate with Senate to reserve some room for postgraduate students. It's sad today, if you want to go to Senate to search for graduate students, you see one in Dakar room 1, you have to go to Abidjan room flat 6 before. Now, if Grasag is able to engage with Senate, now we would reserve rooms for graduate students at one particular place so that even engaging and assessing graduate students will be very easier for us. Now, on the special initiatives, we want to, what we intend to do is start the establishment of an infirmary at the Bako Trust Hall. 2, this administration intends to establish a Grasag Dachi Fund. And 3, we want to continue the process in the establishment of a Grasag printing press, which we will kickstart it and serve as an internal generated fund for Grasag.
2 minutes remaining.
Where is that? Now, we firmly believe in transparent and accountable leadership. As your leadership, we will ensure that you are kept informed of Grasag activities, decisions, and financial matters. Your trust in us will be the driving force behind our collective progress. That I can guarantee. Today marks the beginning of an incredible journey for all of us to work together, support each other, and uphold the values that make our association truly exceptional. We are standing here, not just as candidates, but as believers in the potential of every one of us here. Let us make it happen. Thank you for your attention, and we humbly ask for your support. Let us move forward hand in hand, driven by the determination to make a positive impact on our community and the world beyond. Together, once again, we say, let's pay it forward. Please vote for Sadiq, number 2 on the ballot screen, come 27th July. Thank you very much.
Right, we take in our questions. Chairman said we should limit it to 2. Yes. Yes. Please. Yes.
All right, thank you very much once again. My question to Team Sadiq has to do with Grasag National Bursary. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or probably it wasn't mentioned. What is this team's plan so far as Grasag National Bursary is concerned? That is first one. Am I permitted to add? Okay. Thesis. Some of them are staying very far from Cape Coast. They can't rent here, go and come and see supervisors. Sometimes it's consuming financially. I would want to find out, in terms of accommodation, have you got any plan for such individuals? Say, if somebody wants to come to campus for 2 days and then go back, have we made such accommodation plans? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sadiq and team. My question has to do with a very simple one. Do you think it would be more appropriate that as a body, Grasag, we acquire our own accommodation facility? And if it is appropriate, would you be in position to start that process? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, Chairman says it's okay. We would continue with the debate, during the debate. So you can respond to the
Thank
question.
you very much. Tackling from the accommodation, yes. That's why we said we would make sure we commission a student accommodation assistance service to explore accommodation gap for our graduate students. Yes, let me make this. I always say experience is the best teacher. When I was the president for Central Region NASPA, now we all could attest to the fact that service personnel are being posted from all of our regions to different regions to have their service. Now we had service personnel being posted from the various regions to Central Region where they didn't have accommodation. What we did when we were executives is to go around the various districts in search for accommodation. Now we compiled all these data, created an app called NASPA Central, then created a portal in it called Accommodation Portal, where we uploaded all these hostel facilities available on it. Now, service personnel who wanted accommodation just went to the website, just went to Accommodation Portal, and they had accommodation. Same we want to do for Grasag UCC. Yes, accommodation is a problem to all of us here. I will link it to your question. Yes, we cannot build, I always say, because we don't have the financial muscle. But then, for us to make some interventions currently, for the interventions, what we intend to do is that now we would make sure that we have larger or everyone or postgraduate students occupying such place so that we don't have undergraduates occupying the place again. Now the University Alumni Hall is in question. We are still negotiating that, yes, it should be added to VACO transfer so that at the end of the day, we will know that if not for anything, we have VACO transfer, we have University Alumni Hall, and again, SNIT to help us reduce that burden on accommodation until we have a plan to build for Grasag. Now on bursary. Yes, we have plans for bursary. I always say for you to be able to be eligible to have this bursary, you should pay your dues. Yes, we are saying that the dues, the bursary that comes, it's not enough. So what we intend to do is to collaborate with all local presidents to fight for an increment in the bursary for all of us to help us in our research work. Thank you very much.
Right. Chairman, I believe we can release them. Team Sadiq, you can take your seat, please. Let's clap for them. You just heard from Team Sadiq, made of Abubakar Sadiq, Idrisu, and Prisla. Bema with the teaser, Team Sadiq. Last to present is Team Michael, made up of Tvucc Michael and Laura Baba Dazi. Still with the position of Grasag president. Let's clap for them. Yeah, they have 10 minutes within which they're expected to present their manifesto.
Good evening. This manifesto is presented by Michael Tvucc and Laura Baba Dazi. Mr. Chairman, fellow graduate students, senior members present, all protocols duly observed. As an aspiring president of Grasag UCC, this manifesto outlines my commitment to empowering and advocating for graduate students. The following year will be critical in determining our collective experience and prospects. It is as well known beyond reasonable doubt that cultivating a cohesive and a welcoming community can achieve exceptional growth, holistic development, and unwavering support for graduate students. The first policy that we will look at will be academic and research. Team Michael, with its strong executives, will advocate for the incorporation of multidisciplinary ideas, critical thinking, and problem-solving abilities to better prepare students for the challenges of this modern world. This will be done by advocating for the integration of these skills in the teaching of graduate students. We will also encourage the university to create outreach initiatives that would reach out to underrepresented communities by offering assistance, mentorship, and resources to encourage their involvement in their study. As the president, we will advocate and ensure that the creation of mentorship programs that pairs graduate students with experienced professionals in their field of study. The program could offer advice, networking opportunities, and career development. Team Michael will highlight the contributions of graduate students to scientific breakthroughs, technological development, and societal progress. We will encourage collaboration between academia, industry, government, and non-governmental organizations to generate chances for graduate students to apply their experience in real-world setting, bridging the gap between theory and practice. My administration will establish a Ucc Grasag Consultancy Center. This center will help graduates, students, academics, and professional endeavors. This counseling service will provide advice and tools to aid students to effectively navigating their academic, offer career development workshops, seminar, one-on-one counseling to assist students find and pursue opportunities that is in line in their academic objectives and professional opportunities. Also, this will support and encourage graduate student research findings to be published in respected journals and conference proceedings, helping to spread important information. This organization, by organizing industrial specific events, career fairs, and networking sessions, students will have the chance to interact with potential employees, alumni, and other professionals, helping them establish vulnerable connections. This center will also help students receive assistance for the use of copy to collect data. CAPI is computer-assisted personal interviewing, where we digitize our questionnaires in the computer or tablets. Then you use it for your data collection. We will also put measures in place to ensure that pending proposals that are with the Institutional Review Board will be approved. Additionally, we will offer students a thorough orientation to the station with the support of the noble executives. Will advocate for the establishment of a convenient and secure baby rooms for students who are also parents to care for their newborns, to foster supportive atmosphere for parents on campus. We will also encourage the provision of complete health care for graduate students, including mental health, including screenings on prostate cancer, breast cancer, and any health conditions. Under security, we will advocate for a safe and inclusive campus environment for graduate students. Under governance, accountability, and advocacy, as the president with noble executives, we will make sure that Grasag UCC is a transparent. We will also ensure the creation of a detailed work plan for Grasag UCC, defined clear objectives, timelines, and targets. We will also encourage participation and inclusiveness and create welcoming environment where all graduate students feel free to share their thoughts and suggestions. We will hold frequent gatherings and surveys to get feedbacks from members. Affirmative action will be used to increase the representatives of women. For this one, we will make sure that for all the committees, there are women in all the committees, because our policy is more gender integrated.
2 minutes remaining.
We will also ensure the maintenance and maintain clear and accurate financial records. We will regularly assess the performance of Grasag UCC through evaluations to know the progress and determine their effectiveness and their impact. We will use evidence-based to advocate for our rights. In conclusion, as the Grasag president, I am committed to standing up for your rights, establishing a climate that is supportive of your academic and personal development, and strengthening the sense of community among graduate students at UCC. Together, my team will create a world in which every graduate student's voice is heard and their aspirations are realized. Come 27th July 2023, vote for sustainable integrated projects for Grasag. Let us all build a legacy of empowerment, collaboration, and success for all graduate students. Vote for change, vote for progress, and let us make a difference together. Vote Tim Michael. You are number 3 on the ballot paper. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Tim Michael. We take our questions as usual. 2 questions and we end this session. You have a question? Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. I'm Solomon Opoku, second year MPhil student. And then I want to know, most postgraduate students face this not being able to complete their thesis within the 2 years. So as a president, incoming president, what are your goals that will help postgraduate students complete their thesis within the 2 years? And then one of the major challenges, IRB. So as a president, do you some people are suggesting IRB should be brought to the school level, that is the departmental level, so that access to that one will be. Are you in for that one? And then also, if you are in for that one, what are some of the ways that you can do to bring this aim to a success? Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Jafar. I would like to know, away from all the policies you have read to us, we've heard of that. I want you to share with us your personal motivation. What is the one thing you sat back and looked into Grasag, then you said, no, I have to go in for Grasag presidency? Let us know. And besides, okay, let me just leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. The first question talks about, okay, so for this one, for our department, they've started something which I know is throughout all the departments. Once you finish with your coursework, the second year you register for your thesis and seminars. Most of us, when we finish with our coursework, we don't register for them. Now it is mandatory. The seminars are scored and attendance are taken to make sure that you come, you learn, and you make sure that you finish your work on time. Apart from that, there is also an opportunity for the department to come out with progress reports seminars where you present your work. So this will go a long way to make sure that you finish your thesis on time. For this one, the RAB, for UCC RAB, it is international. It is international. What we have to do is to educate us, orient us on the procedures. I've used it for my personal work before. When I was conducting a consultancy for Plan Ghana, where we did child-led research on teenage pregnancy. We came to UCC, they gave us the steps, we followed, and within a month, we were able to get our clearance. The problem is that students don't have the requisite capacity to be able to complete the forms and meet the standards. That is why in our policy, we said that we will make sure that a thorough orientation is done for us to understand the template, to fill it, and meet the standard. Once you meet the standard, I don't think that it will take much time. Personal motivation. Personal motivation. I've realized that I want the house to know that I'm an experienced person. I work with a lot of coalitions. I'm the regional coordinator for Ghana National Education Campaign Coalition. I've been the treasurer before. I've gone through a lot of positions, starting from at the Sada College till now. My motivation is to get a Grasag consultancy that will help students get a lot of funds. If, as an individual, I can give a single person's consultancy work to do to employ over 30 enumerators, if Grasag is having this consultancy, then it means that that consultancy can as well employ graduate students to get this money to support their research work. So my motivation is to serve. The baby room realized that most of our mothers give birth. Yesterday we went to a class, the woman was pregnant, about to give birth, and she was thinking about if she gives birth, how is she going to take care of that baby? So that is my motivation, to support women. That is my most motivation. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. So we can show them some love, people, by clapping for them. That is Team Michael, made of Tachi Michael and Laura Baba Dazi. Right away, we are switching to the presidential debate. And on that note, I would invite the chairman to tell us something while the aspirants or the teams get themselves prepared for the presidential debate. I understand you're supposed to move to the side. You sit with your team, you leave one seat, then the next team would also take the next 2 seats. So, Chairman, please join me here. Yes, we're going to dissolve this gathering before we switch to the presidential debate, because that would be moderated by a panel.
It has been a fruitful manifesto reading this evening. I said earlier on, we didn't start on time, but being grace of God, we have ended with the first session, and we thank God and also congratulate all aspirants per their manifesto reading. I realize that Grasag UCC have future in the few years to come, and I will entreat all of us who are still here to wait for the presidential debate. And lastly, all the aspirants to make sure that they bring a copy of their manifesto to the UC secretary or to myself before they leave. And if it's not here, early tomorrow morning, we should have it. Thank you.
Thank you, the chair. On that note, I would say that this is where we'll draw the curtain on the manifesto reading. I'm Louise Bequin. You can call me the PDF. You can keep your comments coming. To those of us who are watching us live, we do appreciate your time. We'll hand over to the panel to moderate or start the presidential debate. Mr. Wachisego, you take over.
All right, thank you very much, Louise. So, in the circumstance, we're going to. No, they will just. Yes, and face them. I knew we will. So they'll just move here. They'll just move to this side and address them so that we don't delay. Oh, timekeeper. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, Louise and the AC chair, the AC team, for giving us this opportunity. I am Albert. I'll be doing this with justice. And in the circumstance, we are going to move quickly. We expect the cooperation of the audience here and the aspirants so that we can have a very successful event. Now, already we've communicated the modalities to the aspirants. For the benefits of the audience here, we're going to spell it out again. So the debate is going to cover 3 thematic areas, which we've already mentioned to you: academics and research, warfare, security, health, and then finally, governance, accountability, and advocacy. There will be a question each from the panel, which will be to all the aspirants. The team will have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Initially you said 1, but 2 minutes to address the question, right? 2 minutes, and you should listen to the question very well. 2 minutes to address each question that is thrown to the team. In some instances, we may direct it specifically to a member of the team, either the vice presidential candidate or the main presidential candidate. Now, again, after each of the thematic areas, so after we've asked 2 questions under each of the thematic areas, we'll give you the opportunity, if you have any rebuttals to the points that have been made by your opponents, and you have 1 minute to address the rebuttals. If you prompt us if you have rebuttals. Now, you should refrain from any personal attacks during the rebuttals, because if there's any personal attacks, there will be penalty. And we won't mention the penalty, but there will be penalty, right? Are we okay with that? After we've gone through all the thematic areas, each of the team will be given a minute each to tell our audience here and our audience outside, that's who have joined us virtually, why you should be voted for come next week, Thursday. I hope it's clear. I hope everyone is fine. All right, so let's move straight away. So, Justice, you start with your question.
Yeah, so I'm going to start my question on the thematic area, academic and research. Okay. So my question is that students, right after completing school, they put all their efforts in traveling outside the country. This is leading to a brain drain. Do you endorse or condemn such endeavors? And what are your reasons? All their efforts in traveling outside the country. This is leading to a brain drain. Do you endorse or condemn such endeavor? And what are your reasons?
All right. So we start with the Japan, then I think in that order, Sadiq, and then Michael. All right.
Thank you very much for the question. Good evening once again. With respect to students, with respect to students finishing school and wanting to travel outside to further their education, I would endorse it. It's unfortunate that the country we live in does not have the requisite things that we need for our studies. Example, when I finish my undergraduate studies and I want to pursue my postgraduate, you could believe that if you want to research in a particular area, there's not available data for you to even research on. You could also believe that we do not have the requisite infrastructure that postgraduate students would even need during their master's period. Example has to do with the fact that we struggle for classrooms sometimes. Example has to do with the fact that we are here, the lights are out, and there are no standby generators. Elsewhere, these infrastructures and these systems work. The good thing is, I believe in cultural diversity, which is a part of my policy. If we go out there to tap the knowledge, we can bring it back to better our country. Thank you.
Because we have a university where our vision is to see a university which is worldwide acclaimed in terms of research. So these students of our esteemed institution go out there to what? To impact or add up to whatever they have done here outside there, which at the end of the day, we have credit for that. That is why last year, you all could attest to the fact that we were #1 in terms of research influence. This research influence wasn't because we have research here only, no. But our students out there, their contribution made us have that particular ranking. So yes, on any day, I would endorse our students going outside there to further their studies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tim Michael will not endorse that. Why am I saying that? And that is one motivation that I wanted to become the Grasag president. To see or to leave a legacy that will motivate our undergraduates to stay and learn on campus. We have to patronize our products. We have so many universities. University of Cape Coast is first in Ghana, first in West Africa, and the rest. We have a lot of products that are coming from University of Cape Coast that are doing a lot of great things outside. So I will not endorse it. And my administration will make sure that the next generation will come and enjoy. So I will go by my alma mater's statement that others have labored and we share their glory. Ours is to add and exploit to their gain. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Now, I think we will need to add that after your presentations, we have the right to make follow-up questions. All right. Good. So I will now move on with my question. Now, I believe it's all right. The university's current status in terms of research. Our university in the past, in fact, some faculties like biological sciences, agric, have transformed the research outputs practically For instance, in recent times, Prof. Aaron, Asaris research team coming up with varieties of cowpeas and the likes in our university. Now, the current university strategic plan in force, and in fact, the current Vice Chancellor's vision, has provisions of promoting the use of research outputs, research findings for commercial purposes or liaison with industry out there. The link between academia and then industry, and also commercializing our research output. Now, when voted into office, Grasag President, Grasag Vice, in an administration, what programs or policies or initiatives would you put in place in order to spearhead this vision? What policies, programs, or initiatives would you put in place to spearhead the vision of commercializing or liaising with industry in making use of our research outputs? I hope we're clear. All right, so we start with Sadiq. Microphone, give it to me.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, research, we always see the core mandate of our research is to make sure it causes an impact out there for policymakers to look out of it and make better policies. So what we intend to do is I want to collaborate with government institutions and non-governmental institutions where they have their research interests, come to the institution. We have the various departments and various students who have interest in these particular fields. Then these students would be the research assistants of this institution. Yes, let me give this instance. We have National Service Scheme. National Service Scheme has this vision of employment for deployment, where now they are into education, teaching, and agriculture. They want people who are very, very resourced in terms of research in agriculture and education. So very soon, I will be coming in with them to come and make sure that our students who are well equipped in research in terms of agriculture and education would have their slots in there to help them even get something to support their research work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So if you listen to our manifesto, we made mention that we will make sure that we encourage technological breakthrough and make sure that we also organize seminars and workshops that will bring these people together. So when you finish or you are submitting or you are writing your recommendations, it should start from that place where you link in directly to an institution or a department or a non-governmental organization. If it's in health, you should be able to identify a non-governmental organization that can recommend that you recommend that recommendation to. Once you do that and it is in line with their strategic plan and you go there with your proposal, you will get funding to implement it and solve the problems that you identified at the beginning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the question. Fortunately, unfortunately for us, certain groundbreaking research are sponsored by these industry gurus. In our policy, we have something that has a liaison between the Industrial Liaison Office of UCC and Grasag. Now, this is supposed to allow us to get job opportunities for postgraduate students. Another thing, in our policy, we spoke about grantsmanship. I said earlier that these industry big players support people in their research. Together with Drake, we would spearhead grantsmanship where we'll come up with group research on groundbreaking research for these big industries. We have people in home economics who are doing textiles. They can come up with groundbreaking research spearheaded by the home economics department together with Drake to write these grantsmanship proposals for these textile like GTP and so on and so forth. UCC can do it because we have policies that equip us to do something like that. And I think we'll just keep liaising with the appropriate officers of UCC to implement such things. Thank you very much.
Yes. So we are done with this thematic area. Any rebuttals based on what the questions that we ask? Do any of you have rebuttals to any of the points made by your opponent? Michael, any rebuttals? Sadiq? Japan? All right, so we'll move.
Okay, so under the thematic area, welfare, security, and health, my question is that what is your view on the LGBTQ bill? How will you handle a complaint you receive about students who practice it?
Did you get the question?
You got the question, right? Yeah. So I'm saying that what is your view LGBTQ bill? How will you handle a complaint you receive about students who practice it? SK, are you okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So, T. Michael will not condone any act that is not in accordance with our norms and regulations in Ghana. So we'll go by the law and make sure that the person will face the punishment that is due the person. That is our stand. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. I believe every institution and as a country we have rules and regulations. It is unfortunate that this abominable act is among us as we speak today. If should we have a report that such a student of Grasag student has actually engaged in such an act, the first thing that we'll do is go back to the Grasag Constitution and the statutes of the University of Cape Coast. We cannot take action without going and using the laws that have been stated by the university. It would be down on us as a team just to get up and take up any action. Yes, we do not agree with the LGBTQ+, but we would always make sure that before we are judged or before we take any step, it has to be in line with the statutes of the university. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, it's quite unfortunate that our traditions and values as a country does not support such acts. But then, what we will do as Grasag is to call this victim. Now, since it's an issue of gender, we have SEGRAD. Now, SEGRAD would help these students come back to, I would say, normalcy. Because in as much as we are condemning the act, everyone has its rights. So so SEGRAD will come in to help this particular person. Yes, SEGRAD will come in to help this student help his life. And again, if it's not, if it doesn't affirm or it's not in relation to the status of the university, then we'll make the person stop. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll let it slide. Yes, so I'll move to my question. Right. You all deviated from the question. You all deviated from the question. Perhaps you didn't understand the question. You all deviated from it. But because it's a thorny issue, we'll let it slide and we'll move to the next one. Now, Japan will start. Now, this question is directed straight to the running mate because hopefully one of you become the vice president and spearhead the welfare team of the association. Now, the question is simple. The association has a welfare policy. I believe you are aware of it, right? Now, do you think that some packages in the welfare policy needs review? And if they need review, what are these particular packages that you think need a review and why? Why? I'll take it again. You're aware of the welfare package. Do you think that some of the welfare packages, the welfare policies need review? If yes, then which are these packages and why do you think they need to be reviewed? So I'll start with Miriam. Miriam, then Bema, and then Baba, right? Your time starts to run.
Please, thank you very much for the question. Okay, so the first one says, if it needs a review, yes, I think it needs a review. And the second point says, if yes, what are these packages? So, per my view, or upon reading the welfare policy, these are the packages being given to two basic things that I realized. The first one was those who are, it's either you are bereaved or a death member from the association. And then the second one is someone who wants to tie the knot in the next stage of life, as well as their health needs and others. So I got to know that with the those who are bereaved and those who are dead, those who are bereaved, 5 cantons of bottled malt is being given to them. In addition to it, an encouraging words, that's words of consolidation to them. And then with those who are tying the knot, is a form of encouragement words. In addition to it, that is the same 5 bottle of malt that is being given to them. So I think we have to review it that it will look attractive and motivated because we are in an association. And being in an association, the welfare of the people are at heart. So when we do some of these things, when it becomes attractive to all of us, that is where we deem fit to come to the association and then let us know that this is what we are going through. So we want the welfare or the association leaders to come in, and then if it is about consolidation, you come in and consolidate with us. If it's about congratulation, you do it as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, the first question was if there is a need for us to increase it. Indeed, there's a need for us to increase it. And the second question, or the follow-up question was, why is there a need for us to increase it? What? Okay. With the packages that I think that they should increase is that of the amount of money or the package given to those who are bereaved. Indeed, in the policy, when you read it, you come to realize that the amount of money given to the bereaved ones or given to people who are tying the knot should be equivalent to that of 5 crates of malt. And looking at our state, that is 200 cedis. Looking at our states, and due to inflation, we cannot give 200 cedis to these bereaved or people tying the knot. And 200 cedis, as at that time, is never equivalent to that of a crate of malt for now. So there is a need for us to increase it. And the last one was. Okay, right. Thank you very much. And please, I would like to add something. I happen to be part of the welfare committee. And last semester, we had issues to handle. And one way or the other, we realized that the amount of money wasn't enough. So we were thinking about how to increase that amount of money. increase that amount of money to the people who were involved in it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For me, I think the welfare policy is okay. Now, talking about bereavement of a member, I read if a member is bereaved, he or she will be given an amount equivalent to 5 crates of bottled malt. And I know a crate cost about 80 cedis, so 5 will be 450 cedis. So I think it's okay. But I'll talk about members attending a member's funeral or wedding. Looking at the policy, it states if a member doesn't attend, or if no one attends, upon return, he or she will be given 25% in addition to the amount that he or she will be given. I think we should rather encourage members to attend, because, in fact, we take condolence in ourselves. So if I see my family members behind me in times of trouble, I think I'll be comforted rather than nobody coming and you giving me an additional money. Thank you.
I'll do a quick follow-up. So Baba, I'll do a quick follow-up. Now, again to all of you. Looking at the current financial standing of the association, I think you all have agreed to the fact that there should be some amendments. Do you think the current financial standing of the association can support these reviews? You get the question? Do you think that the current financial standing of the association will support the upward adjustment or reviews of the welfare policies? Do you get the question? Who has a microphone? Sadiq, yeah, okay. So, Miriam, just straightforward. Do you think?
Please, no.
You think it will not review it?
Yes, please.
So how are you going to review it? Because you mentioned that you're going to review it. And so if you believe that we don't have